Erev Tov, I'm Stephen Ben Danoon, and you are watching Israeli News Live. The unrest continues in Israel as riots continue around the country, not just limited any longer to East Jerusalem, but the riots have spread throughout the country over the death that has been blamed on Jewish retaliation for the deaths of Gilad, Naphtali, and Yaral. In the deaths that they had just days ago. They say that this was a retaliatory attack on a 16-year-old Arab boy who was killed in East Jerusalem, and then his body was burned. According to the autopsy results, they believe that he was still alive when his body was being burned, which has incited even more riots. But ironically, though, in separate interviews, when the police had interviewed the father and the mother, and this is something that the media does not want to report to you, the father had said that it was Arabs that had kidnapped his son, which was kind of ironic in itself. Let's move on to other news. This afternoon or tonight in Israel, between 8 and 9 p.m., 40 more rockets slammed into Israel. Many of those were intercepted by the Iron Dome that Israel has for its own protection against the rocket attacks. But of course, not all of those are intercepted. They also stated 30 rockets were fired from Gaza just minutes after the cabinet announcement. Palestinians and Israeli Arabs are rioting. Rumors and reports of more kidnappings are rampant. Over 100 rockets have exploded in southern Israel since the tragic kidnapping and brutal murder of our boys. And by the way, that's Naphtali, Gilad, and Yaral. Code red sirens are forcing residents of southern Israel towns to run for cover. Hamas has released scarce videos with threats such as this. To the settlers of Beersheba, your leaders have bombed our homes, killed our children, and sentenced you to death. Run before it's too late. Interesting. Abbas of the Fatah movement has proclaimed, Sons of Zion, this is an oath to the Lord of the heaven. Prepare all of the bags you can for your body parts. That pretty much lets us know that the Intifada that had seemed to die out just a few years ago is getting ready to go back in full swing once again. Suicide bombers, no doubt, when he says body bags to prepare all of the bags you can for your body parts. That's suicide bombers. Anyway, continuing in other news, Israel is preparing to go to war with Iran. Actually, the escalation of this reality has taken a step forward. We've known for quite some time that Israel had been planning a possible attack on Iran for the nuclear capabilities that they are beginning to rapidly acquire. And finally, they announced today that that is becoming an inevitable situation, an inevitable fact that war will be going on with Iran. They are preparing the citizens of Israel as well for this attack. Israel is aware that not only are the riots that are going on in the streets of Israel over the death of the 3 Israeli teens and the 1 Palestinian teen, and how this is escalating pretty much out of control, but also that the war with Iran now is inevitable, as well as knowing that this will escalate tensions on a number of fronts. Israel is expecting at minimum 500 Israeli lives lost in such a campaign. I can only imagine what's going to be next. Anyway, I'm Stephen Ben Danoon with Israeli News Live.